Welcome back to a operator mastery with one of my favorite operators, just one of my mains from the get-go. Not from the get-go, obviously whenever he came out, but he was my main for a while before he got nerfed there, and that is Lesion. So I know somewhat how to play him now that he has been nerfed a little bit. It's kind of similar to the way I used to play when I mained him, but it's slightly different, so we're going to go over that way. But first I want to go with a loadout and everything about him. He has a good SMG, he could be good at anchoring, good at shallow roaming, good at a lot of things. Granted, he used to be better than he is now with how the nerfs have taken him down, and more so taken his goose down, if anything. But 2 speed, 2 armor, solid SMG, which is the T5 SMG. So let's get into the best loadout here. So the T5 SMG, obviously, hollow, flash. Could really go either way or any way with the barrel. Muzzle will work, compensator will work, anything, whatever one you prefer. I would go ahead and test these out on your own, but flash hider works well for me, so that's what I go with. But maybe if you don't know, just pick the flash hider. It should give you a good start. Q929 is your only pistol option there, and then a muzzle brake on that as well. Pretty obvious there. And then he does have a shotgun, but I just don't see any value in it at all. I mean, look at the damage, 35. That's so extremely low, while the T5 SMG has a 28 damage, but has a super high fire rate. There's just no reason to pick the shotgun in this case. And T5 is actually pretty good at pre-firing stuff as well. So T5 SMG, and then impact grenades is what I like to go with here, because rotation holes are very, very important in this game, and being able to make the map, really form to how you want it to play, then impact grenades can do that for you. So we're gonna hop into gameplay, but first of all, I want you to know that this is not a super newer friendly operator. So if you listen to everything that and actually take in everything that I tell you today, you will be better at Lesion, as long as you implement these into game, because a lot of people just throw Lesions everywhere and go ahead and just slay out. But the only way Lesion is good is if you are alive. If you aren't alive, then you can't throw any more Lesions down, and the Lesion is a rechargeable gadget, so it takes time to be able to get all of your Lesion traps. So hopping into Clubhouse Basement here, I want to show you exactly how Lesion used to be overpowered and how you could still use that same strategy now that he is nerfed a bit. So before Lesion got nerfed, you were able to throw your goo mines anywhere you want. Right, for that, right there, for example, you could throw your goo mines on these stairs, come all the way over here, all the way down here, and you would still be able to see this little goo sticker right here. And the reason why that is so overpowered is that you could use it for so much intel while being across the map from your goo mine, which is absolutely insane. And alongside of that, it would take instant damage whenever they did hit your goo mine. Now it's a little different. It doesn't take damage right when you hit the goo mine, but it does still do damage if you stick it and don't actually take it out of your feet. So now, to be able to see the Lesion actual ticker sign, you actually have to have it in your visibility and be within 8 meters. Once you get out of 8 meters, it goes and fades away. So the problem with that is this now is completely neutralized. You can't use this ticker right here for intel. You instead have to use the sound. Intel is still a thing, and I still think you need to play Lesion like a intel operator and then use the traps to your advantage. For example, you're guarding blue, right? And you have your goo mines everywhere set up, all the way into by the ladder and blue stairs in the hallway, and you might be playing behind generator, this thing right here, and maybe church if you have a rotational here, reinforce those two, and then you have a nice rotational. Unlike how you used to be able to do it with just looking at the white things from over here, you're instead going to have to use your ears. Now the problem with that is obviously map sound, like this generator's stupidly loud, but that's not really a big deal. The bigger deal is being able to know where that sound is coming from. If you hear one on blue stairs, you need to be able to rotate over there and know that someone's going to be over there, and be able to actually use the Lesion mine to your advantage instead of just throwing it somewhere and forgetting about it, because that doesn't do anything anymore since the nerf. Because quite frankly, the nerf made it so you can't rely on damage. You don't take damage, right? When they hit the Lesion mine, it's 5 damage after that per tick. You can easily pull it out. You have a few seconds to pull it out, and that damage is really minimal. It's more used for intel. So that's how I would use it if I were you. The Lesion mine is very simple, very, very simple. But you just need to know how to use it. You can put it at doors like this, but the use of that now is very minimal, since now that's been nerfed, because quite frankly, like, the damage is so minimal. First of all, it's 5, and second of all, they pull it out of their feet anytime. So I would much rather use it for intel and actually getting kills off of it but I am always for, in these operator masteries, to show you how you can get kills with your gadget. You can do it anywhere on any single map if you want to hold a place, hold any sorts of anchor place. I know there's better operators to do this with, but you can do it anywhere. For example, you're holding garage, you can lay down by these pillars. You play your sound cues there, you play your sound cues there, you put some over here, and now you have sound cues everywhere across the entire map, and that's basically all you got to do there. Sorry, I had to switch back over to the live servers. The test servers are very glitchy. I don't even know. Even in a custom game, it just feels really laggy. So I moved on over to the live servers. Feels even a little glitchy here, but you know, we'll make do. Sorry if it's a little skippy because I don't know. Maybe it's because my computer's been on for like 24 hours straight. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But back to the video. So Lesion Mines, they cover a 1 meter radius. So within doorways is a good place to put it. Even downstairs sometimes is good because they have to go either this way or right through it. So it's usually 1 meter no matter what. So it's good to put them anywhere that's kind of a tighter corridor. You don't want to be shoving them in the middle of floors like this. If you put one in the middle of this floor, it's very unlikely someone hits it, and it's easier to see, obviously. Put on something black, it could be harder to see because it cloaks in better. The cloaking, you know, it depends on where it's on, but the black surfaces seem to work better for me. So Lesion is really good at countering shield operators, mostly shield operators, and also just rushes in general and last second pushes that were unplanned and they didn't have time to draw it out and see that there was a Lesion mine here, because that's the only way to really see a Lesion is if you are on ground floor with it. Because if you are laying down with it, right, you'll be able to see it just fine. While if you're standing up, you can't really see as well because you're usually ADS with good crosshair placement. Hopefully you're not walking around like that, but a drone sees at eye level, and if you don't drone it out, then it's hard to actually see these, and you just run right in and get hit with it. And then if it's the last 20 seconds, you have to come back here, take it out of your feet, and then push on in again, which does take time, of course. Now, the good thing about that is you could play off them. Most likely going to be pulling it out of their feet so they don't take any damage. It is 6 damage per tick, not 5 damage. I think I said 5 earlier, but it's 6 damage per tick. It's all pretty relative, very close together, but they don't get that initial 10 damage that they used to get when hitting a goo mine. I think that's really good for the game's health because the 20-second meta, of course, but it doesn't change the fact that it still can be very good for the 20-second meta just by doing what I'm doing right here. Anyways, a lot of these operators you guys are requesting are super simple, and I don't have much to say about them because they are simple. Now granted, this is a operator a lot of people struggle with using correctly because they don't know how to do what I was showing you in the last map there, but just play off the Lesions, use them as intel, use them to pre-fire. Every single map has a place like this. I'm showing you a different map right now. If they run in here, you could completely goo up this entire area, this entire side of the map, and now you have control over this side of the map. Once they get gooed, they're going to be very hesitant to keep walking through, and they're going to be droning, and it's just going to slow them down in general, which is obviously a goal with any operator. So that's Lesion. I know it's short. I know it's very simple to more advanced players, but beginners find this hard, so I'm going to keep doing it for them. I like to be able to help all types of skill levels. Obviously, some are easier than others, so I mean, maybe you took something away from this if you're more advanced, but if not, then thanks for sticking with us. But for the more newer players, just use your gadgets and you'll be alright. So tell me who you want to see next. If you want a more advanced operator, please let me know, because these are very simple for me, but I'll continue to do them if you want them. I'm only going to do them once, so just request the operators you want. I'm not going to do stupidly simple operators like a Twitch or something, because that's just ridiculous while people are asking that. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.